Today on the channel, Christmas came early as the AEW Jazzwares team gave us a first look at the actual figures from AEW Unmatched Series 3. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Reveals video. As every once in a while when Mattel, AEW, sometimes Marvel Legends gives us a nice reveal day of some figure announcements, we take some time to make a quick video on the channel where we recap and I give my thoughts on these figures that came through. And if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you thumbs up the video, give it a like, and then follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Of course. So with that out of the way, let's get down to the reveals. As we did see, as we were filming this, it is a Wednesday late afternoon, and Tuesday night, Jeremy Padawer, Grandmaster of Jazzwares, leader of the Jazzwares team, or at least the AEW variety, announced that, hey, tomorrow we're going to have some reveals. So we were all sitting there saying, oh boy, what are we going to see? And I don't want to say they blew anybody's minds today, I don't think, because we had seen renders, digital renders. We'd seen like pictures, so we knew who was in this set. I guess long way of getting there. We knew who was in this set, but today we got to see actual figure images. So that always means, hey, it's closer to production, it's closer to being in our hands, and something tells me maybe late January, early February at best, we'll have these in our hands. So we'll see what happens in 2022. But a very, very solid set, and a set people have been looking forward to. But the day started with an interesting reveal from Ringside Collectibles on the AEW front. We knew this was coming, and it had had Amazon links, and Ringside had had a link to buy this on Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%, of course. You can't pick this up, but we didn't know what it actually looked like until today. So Ringside put up on their social media the AEW Unrivaled pop-up stage. Now, if you're familiar with Wicked Cool's Toys pop-up SmackDown Arena and Raw Arena from 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at this point, that is very similar to this. It sounds like on social media, though, these are a little bit sturdier, so we'll see how that goes. But I thought those were fair. I thought those were good, and I think the cardboard diorama way of going to market with these stages is the way to go. I, like a lot of you guys, would love a big plastic stage, but the cost is just so much more when you do that, the shipping, all that kind of stuff. A little smoke and beers and a little cardboard and a little nice glossy paper goes a long way for what figure photographers and kids, at the end of the day, take that step back, kids need and want. So this is a really cool thing. I'm definitely going to pick this one up. I'm going to build my stage eventually, and this will go with the real scale ring, of course, and all that. But it is a very interesting pop-up stage. You know, it's got the nice ramp. It looks a little short on the ramp department, but I guess you don't really need a long, drawn-out ramp like you're at the Tokyo Dome back in the day in the old New Japan Pro Wrestling WCW events when they had the long stage. As cool as that was, if you're setting up a toy display, you probably don't need that. So this is probably right. I can't wait to see pictures when it's really up against the ring in a real setting. We'll see what it looks like there. But you got the heels and faces entrances there. It looks like there's a hole, I think. We'll get to it here. As I look through the pictures, I got my handy-dandy iPad. Some of the glamour shots they showed, it almost looks like it's lit up, but I think that is there's no lights involved in this. It's just the lighting of the camera, but also the effect of the cardboard and the design. So it's just a really cool, looks like it's lit up, but it's not lit up. Does that make sense? I don't know. But they showed us nice glamour shot pictures with figures around it, so we get the sense of scale and height. This isn't huge, this isn't towering, but it's definitely bigger than the figures. It does make sense with the figures, so I thought it looked pretty good there. The cool thing is with this one as well, choose your own pay-per-view TV show adventure. There's a sign that you can change in there, so it can be Dynamite, it can be All Out, it can be AEW Dark, it can be Double or Nothing, it can be Revolution, and it can be Full Gear. So you choose what pay-per-view you're at. Very cool for figure photographers out there. Very cool for kids. I remember when I was a kid writing on this piece of paper, this is WrestleMania and this is what we're doing. Now you got it. You can do it yourself with just a change of a slide in the playset. I think that is a really cool feature with this one. and a feature that doesn't cost a fortune but makes it so cool. So that is a very cool thing right there. So a very cool pop-up set. It'll be interesting to see how this sells. It'll be interesting what other kind of pop-up type things we get. As we know, we get a lot of accessory packs. I have to feel the Jazzwares team taking a lot of notes from Jax back in the day. They're going to build out an entire AEW universe. So stay tuned for that. But if you're looking for that pop-up stage, go to ringsidecollectibles.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Now let's get into the meat. That was the appetizer. Let's get into Unmatched Series 3. And the first figure we were shown today is Evil Uno. And you're going to see a Dark Order theme in this set, which I think is really cool. It may turn off some people, but I like getting a whole team in a set. It goes back to like tag teams. I don't want tag teams in different sets. Give them all in one set, and boy, that's what they did. I don't know if we've ever had a set in any wrestling line before that had all conjoining characters like this, a team. But I think it is a really cool thing to do, and it's going to make sense as we go through this. But we start off with Evil Uno from the Dark Order. Now, a bigger body mold. It'll be interesting how this one looks. I love the look of it right now. It gives me old school Mr. Bungle feels. If you guys are a big heavy metal fan, or I don't even know what you classify Mr. Bungle. They're all over the place, but I love Mr. Bungle. One of my favorite bands of all time. Reminds me of Mr. Bungle Mask from the early album, the early days Mike Patton used to wear. So for you Mr. Bungle customizers out there, you can get a sick Mike Patton figure probably out of this. But he does have a vest, I assume. I don't know. I guess this vest probably isn't removable. He doesn't remove his vest in the ring, so I would assume this does stay on him. But the black and purple and silver all together always pops on figures. This is a very toyetic looking figure. As you guys know, for me personally, I'm a sucker for a guy in a mask, and that's what we got right here. The extra hands always show extra emotion, so we'll see what other accessories we get with these characters, as we didn't get a detailed look outside of one of what accessories we're going to get with this set. But Evil Uno for me, the color combination, being a guy that's been a part of the Dark Order from the beginning, had a lot of TV time, everybody seems to know him in the AEW universe, it makes sense to get him, and I'm here for it, and I'm excited for it. A very good looking figure, definitely day one buyer. I'm a day one buyer on all of them, but I would be especially on this one because of a mask. There it is. But then we turn our attention to another Dark Order longtime member of the Dark Order team, Stu Grayson, looking like he walked right out of the Masters of the Universe toy line from Mattel and jumped into the AEW Jazzwares. Very He-Man, Braveheart inspired. He's got a little bit of face paint. You guys know I'm a sucker for face paint. But then he does look like he fits in with Evil Uno and the rest of the Dark Order, as he has that predominantly purple color that really hits you hard. He's got the purple tassels. He's got kind of white forearm wrist tape kind of that really does pop out, that makes him look more Masters of the Universe, and almost looks like he has a loincloth, but it's kind of a tattered skirt. I don't know, that's what I'm going to call it, with black boots, bald head, facial hair. Just really cool. And as you're building out your Dark Order, you need Stu Grayson, another longtime member of the team. So another solid figure, another first time in the line. Both those guys first time in the line. As you guys know, Jazzwares always gets beaten up about, hey, where's your fist? Hey, why the elbow joints? Oh no, they do get beat up by me a little bit on that. And it seems like it's on the improving. They've fixed that, but now I know the majority of people gripe about the lack of new characters in the line. Well, they're fixing that with this line. COVID isn't over, but some of the restrictions and challenges they've had, you can see they're already moving on. And we're going to get in 2022, as I've been saying on the channel, breath of fresh air in the Jazzwares line. We're going to have a ton of different characters in 2022. So it's going to be quite the year, not just in Jazzwares, but all wrestling figures in 2022. So there you go. Next up, we saw John Silver. Johnny Hungy, of course, as we know, has a nice robe with him. It'll be interesting how he scales, as he is a very small guy. So will they get the scaling right on this? I could see people complaining that, oh, he's too tall, or maybe even he's too short. We'll see when we get him compared to some other figures out there. But he has got the black, he's got the silver, he's got the purple, the Dark Order colors. He fits in with the rest of the group. Just a really, really cool looking figure. And he's a little guy, but man, he's a big muscled up guy. And very, very toyetic, very popular in the Dark Order, as you guys all know. So he's going to fit in with Stu Grayson and Evil Uno perfectly. So there's that one. You got John Silver running hard, running fast, running strong. Next up, though, we got to see Anna Jay of the Dark Order. So this is an interesting one. Another female figure coming our way in the AEW line. We just saw Ty Conte, and I think this is using predominantly a lot of the molds from her. So I'm sure her butt, yes, her butt will probably be very similar to how we saw Ty Conte out there. But very interesting character. or figure, I should say. She's an interesting character in more ways than one when you watch her on TV. But it is your standard female type figure. We've seen female figures before, and like I said, I think it is Tai Conte. Body style is what it looks like to me. But she is the Queen Slayer. I don't know about this head sculpt though, but a lot of times the head looks a lot better in person. She does have a little bit of stuff underneath her eye. I don't know if she went to prison and killed some people and had some stuff there. I just don't remember her wearing that to the ring. Maybe I'm not paying close enough attention or what. And I don't know what event this is from. There's some people that really track the event attires. I've never been that guy. My guess is that is from whatever this is based on. So that makes all the sense in the world, and that's why it would stand out to me, because I just don't put that stuff to memory. No offense, Anna Jay, I just don't. But once again, you got the purple, the black, the silver, the Dark Order feel. These are going to look great on your shelf. They'll look great by themselves, but when you put them together as a group, going to look amazing on the shelf. That's how I sit, and as you guys know, I sit right here. So there's Anna Jay. But then we were announced Anna Jay is the rare 1 of 3,000 edition in this set. And you get a little bit of different color. Not a ton of difference for a chase. It's not a totally different figure, but you got a little bit of a different paint combination there. I think it's cool enough. It's a cool way for a character the first time in line to get 2 figures out right off the bat. And we all know how these rare ones go. They start off very expensive, and then they, settle down a little bit. And I think this Anna Jay, I don't know if she'll be down to the cheap Rio levels, but I think she'll be right in that kind of area out there. But it's very interesting. She is getting one of the rare editions from this set. And then the last guy we saw today, or I shouldn't say last guy, I'm not going to go that far, but we'll get to it. But Mr. Brodie Lee, we knew Brodie Lee was coming. This is a lot of people's most wanted figure and for over a year now. And we're finally getting it, and no better spot in this Dark Order lineup in Unmatched Series 3 to get Brodie Lee, the leader of the Dark Order, as you guys know. We're getting the TNT TV title with him, so that is the one accessory that was shown. I got to assume some of these other characters are going to get hands, extra hands, maybe a chair, some of the other accessories like we always get with most of our figures. But very, very interesting to get Brodie Lee. The head sculpt looks fantastic on this. I hope he's as big as he looks. You just never know on scale sometimes, but I assume he will be. Got his nice Dark Order regalia on. Just a fabulous, fabulous looking figure in Series 3. And I got to think he will be the most anticipated, the most sought after figure in Series 3. But that wasn't all for Brodie Lee, as they announced he is going to be the 1 of 5,000 Chase in the set. And I think I like the Chase attire a little bit more. He's got a singlet going on. You got the purple, black, and silver. We're seeing a theme in this video. But it has a more of a wrestling vibe to it, where the other one's more, I don't know. I would have loved to seen a suited Brodie Lee maybe as the Chase edition, but I gotta think we'll eventually get that. They're gonna come out with some more Brodie Lee figures. I think in 2022, I think we'll see some more. I just got that feeling. I think we'll see a suited one. If not, we've got a lot of wrestling suited bodies we could probably swap over to and put him together. I think some people have used that Ultimate Warrior Legends from about a year ago with a Brodie Lee, and that looks really good as far as suited Brodie Lees with some of the Mattel side. And I could see that AEW head working that same way. So very interesting. Brodie Lee, like I said, a very popular one. I got to think this Chase one is going to go for a fortune. So hopefully you can find one. If I was a betting man, I'd say maybe not pay up right away. Wait a while. You don't want to spend too much money on a Chase Rare Edition. That's for me. That's what I would say. But there's that. And then an interesting debacle here. Postpone coming soon. Darby Allin LJN inspired figure. I don't know the reasoning. Jeremy in his Twitter message didn't go too deep into it, but said something about like size in the package, like it didn't fit correctly. I gotta wonder if it's because of his arms being out like this, if they couldn't get that to fit exactly right, where Cody, had more of a different position, and maybe that's what happened. They got this thing together, and then they tried to put it in the package and said, uh-oh, we messed up. It's not gonna fit, so they postponed it and are gonna redo some stuff. I don't know, but it says postpone coming soon. Well, how are they going to release it? It's obviously not going to be in the wave of Unmatched Series 3, so how does this come out? How do people get it? Is it just going to be delayed? If you ordered it on Ringside, you're going to get it 3 or 4 months later. Is it going to be canceled? Are we going to be refunded? I don't know. How's the case pack going to go out? And then if it comes out months later, is it going to be is what Unmatched 3 Darby Allin going to be an Unmatched Series 4? I don't know how all that works, but it's interesting. The LJNs, it's unfortunate anytime you have a delay or something like that, something isn't firing on all cylinders. So we'll see if they can figure that one out. You know, that Cody Rhodes, I see that around pretty often. I don't know if the LJN has taken off as well as people are assuming they would. And I don't know, some people said it was dead on arrival. Some people had high hopes. I was somewhere in the middle, like a lot of people on that. I'm here for it, but I can see a lot of people not wanting them. So it'll be interesting how this shakes out and what that means for other future LJN figures. I hope they don't do a size change. It'd be horrible to see Darby a lot smaller than Cody or bigger. Just keep it in the same scale. That's my ask of the Jazzwares team out there. But yeah, that's it. It was a quick holiday announcement. I guess this week you could say anything's a holiday themed, but it kind of is. A little Christmas present from Jeremy Padower and the Jazzwares team, showing us what to look forward to in 2022 with the Unmatched Series 3 line. And I think this line is going to make a lot of the doubters of the AEW fan base happy. They said, hey, we're not getting enough variety. Well, you're getting all kinds of new figures in this set, so you got to be happy about that. We've seen in the latest Unmatched Series 2, which we just unboxed on the channel. If you haven't seen those videos, maybe make sure you check those out. We've seen better improvement on the joints. We've seen fist added. So a lot of the worries, skin tones are still getting better, but there's still some misses every once in a while. Constant learning, constant improvement, as I always say. I think they're working hard to it, and it's going to be a fabulous year in 2022 for AEW, for wrestling figures in general. So there's the update from today. I hope you guys enjoyed this quickish video as we recapped. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Put it down in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for AEW Unmatched Series 3, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.